Okay, I'm doing the Waverly Township cleanup once again this year. Okay, I'm on my third trip around the township. Been out 2 days in a row, and this is the third day. And each day I'm finding new stuff. People are putting more and more stuff out. Alright, you can see the van is loaded up. This is the third load. The first two loads weren't too much. There wasn't that much out the first two trips around. This one I got loaded up pretty good. Now I filmed some clips of the other two loads, so I'll put those in and then unload this and I'll show you this stuff. Okay, we'll start off right here. I picked up a few pieces of scrap metal for my tenant. He does scrapping, so I got this for him, and I'll probably even find some more later on when I go out again. The heater is mine. That broke, so I'm just going to scrap that. I'm going to give that to him to scrap. And here we have some badminton rackets. One of them's got some rot on the end. I'll see if I can do something about that. Whether that's a problem to resell. Over here, a lamp. I'm going to salvage the lamp cord out of it. And then some more plastic tubs. I find these all over the place. And a little drawer unit. This one's missing the drawer. This one's missing the middle drawer. But once again, I find these all over the place. These are always out on the side of the road somewhere. Some lids for some tubs might be able to use. And up here, here's another lid and a big flat container. I'm always looking for these. And it's got the lid, which is great. And another lamp cord. These are two shop light reflectors. I think I can use these on the photograph table as a light reflector. Then, as usual, lumber. Piece of 3/4 inch plywood. And over there, a 1/2 inch piece of plywood. And a piece of pine that looked like a big drawer front. It's a big thick piece of pine. It's got some screws in it. Let's take the screws out. I think I can salvage this. And then some 2x4s. It was some sort of a project. But whenever I see things like this with 2x4s, I always grab these, take this apart and salvage the 2x4s. There's always uses for short pieces of 2x4. Okay, here we have 2 boxes of drywall screws, maybe about 25-30 pounds for each box. The boxes were a little bit wet, everything was a little bit wet, so I'm just letting them sit out here to dry out for a few days. Then I'll put them in a new box. Then also here, about a 50-pound box of 8-penny box nails. Once again, these were in another box that was all rotted and moldy. So I put them in another box here. Then I'll eventually just store these in the basement, and I've got 8-penny box nails whenever I need them. Okay, I've got day 3 unloaded. I actually went back over into the town again today. I had to take another trip over for something else, and took a quick run around, and there was still more stuff being put out. So I grabbed a few more things this morning. I'll show you that stuff. Okay, right here, another piece of pressure treated lumber and a piece of epay. It's very similar to mahogany. And I've got this mystery bag of plumbing parts here. I'll open that up in a minute. More 2x4s. Another plastic tub, this one with a lid, which is awesome. This morning, place I stopped the last 2 days, and they were still putting more stuff out. And they put all these pieces of plywood out, so I grabbed all that. And from yesterday, another plastic tub, a flat one. This one does not have a lid. And found this, a stacking shelf, one of these rigid plastic stacking shelves. Looks like it was sitting out in a garden or something, so it's filthy dirty. So I'm going to pressure wash it and use it in the basement somewhere. A nice heavy-duty floor mat. I'm going to use this in the basement, near the basement door. A couple more pieces of scrap metal. There's a toolbox sitting out. I don't think I'll use it. I'll probably just give that to the tenant for him to scrap. Okay, now we got the good stuff. I brought it inside here. It was a little bit damp outside. Here's a globe. I'm not sure how old this is. I haven't really taken a close look at it yet. A love mug. A vintage love mug. It says 1991. Here's a small signed print or a watercolor signed in the corner here. Okay, here's a reverse painting on glass, or possibly even a print. Not quite sure. Ithaca College. Looks like it's in great shape. A mid-century lampshade. It's a little bit dirty. Let's see if I can clean that up. This is the best item I found. This is sort of local interest. This is a commemorative print. It is just mind-boggling that someone would put this in the trash. A piece of local history when there's a thrift shop just 1 block away. And some carpet stair treads. I've needed something like this for the basement steps, so I found these. See if there's enough there. Over here, some boxes and some bubble wrap and some styrofoam and a laundry basket. 2 pieces of poplar, an 8-foot fluorescent light fixture. I'll have to test this and see if it works. It's missing the cover. But the ballasts are only about $30 to replace. More than worth it to replace the ballast if this ballast doesn't work. And do something about the cover. I was actually thinking on the way home, I've got those 2 reflectors that I got yesterday. I showed in an earlier clip. I could possibly use those as a cover. Okay, now we got the mystery bag of plumbing parts. Let's see what's in here. Some 3-inch drain tile, some 1.25 inch pipe, 1 piece of wood, Get rid of that. Some more drainage pipe. Yeah, just a bunch of this thin wall drain tile pipe. One piece of 1.5 inch ABS. And the rest of it's just 1.25 inch schedule 40. And we got one more thing in here. Let's see what this is. Oh! Bolts. Another hardware. It's all a little bit rusty. There's some nice big carriage bolts. Yeah, some of this stuff is pretty rusty. There's one hook eye. Looks like maybe just a couple of usable parts in here and the rest is just scrap. It's too rusty. These hook eyes are good. Alright, here's the shelf unit. I got it pressure washed. And I took it all apart and cleaned all the parts out. A lot of dirt down in these holes. I got it reassembled. And I think I'm going to use it here in the shipping room. If you remember from last year, at the Waverly cleanup, I found these shelves right here. I have a video on putting those together. And these are some other bins that I found along the side of the road in the last year. Like I said before, you can find these everywhere along the side of the road. A few weeks ago, I found this metal shelf on the side of the road. I was out doing some estate sales and came across this. What I think I'm going to do is put this shelf where the metal shelf is now. It'll fit right in there. Then I'll use that metal shelf somewhere else. Okay, that does it for the Waverly cleanup. Next week I'm going to be doing the Glenburn Township cleanup. Same sort of routine. Go out a couple of times, see what else we can find.